I'm Christopher Dunn again. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Riza 5-light pendant. It's also a 9-light version of this. There's a linear version, there's a single version coming down, and a matching wall sconce. So check them all out if you get a chance. This is the 131129. Let's get into details about the height of the fixture body itself, independent of the cord coming down. That's 8.1 inches high. The diameter of this in total is going to be 19 inches. Each of those pieces itself, all that sculptural metal, so each individual one is going to be about 9 inches in diameter. You're going to be able to have these staggered. You could have them all at one. This is a great fixture for putting in stairways or over dining room tables. So let's get into some details on it. Canopy up in the ceiling. Well, actually, let's talk about overall height. That's going to be more important to hit that first. So we're going to be talking about the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. And you're going to have a range because you have these cables that can be different lengths. 28 inches at its shortest, and you can go all the way to 80 inches at its longest. If you need this to be longer than 80 inches, drop me a quick email. Say you're looking at the 131129. Tell me what you need. It could be 110 inches, 240 overall height, doesn't matter. I'm going to take your email, send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department. It's going to come back with an answer. We do custom lengths all the time, every day. It's not a big deal. It adds just a little time and money, something you should know. Let's talk about the canopy going up in the ceiling. It's going to be a round canopy. It is 12.3 inches in diameter. It's going to go over your standard junction box. This is 4 inches. This is coming in at 29 pounds, so it's not overly heavy, which is great. That canopy up in the ceiling is going to be holding a transformer that's going to transform your line voltage down to low voltage as it passes through safely through those cables. And that canopy is going to be, well, a couple things about it. So you notice you've got a pull down menu that says choose your finish, right? When you're choosing your finish for this fixture, that finish is going to be on the individual sculptural parts that are going to be holding the glass, don't forget, and the sockets. But it's also going to be the face plate on the canopy that faces down, okay? The can of the canopy that faces, or actually touches the ceiling, is always going to be black, so it's a little detail that you guys want to know about. The grippers, those little pieces where you feed the cable in, are called grippers, and they have what's called a strain relief. So you're basically going to be able to adjust this during your installation. You're not going to be able to go up and down all the time with it. Just during your installation, you're going to push with your thumbnail those little grippers, the strain relief pieces, and it's going to unlock it so you can feed the cables in, and then when you let go, it basically locks it in so they can't come down anymore, and you're going to be cutting that at the top. To show you more information about that, it's good to look at the installations instructions now. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over there, left-hand side. You're going to see actually for you it's the right-hand side, but it's over there. So it's going to click on the link that says click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. That's going to show you a lot of great details. It's going to show you the socket setup. It's going to show you Hubbardton Forge's opal glass, which is really pretty, how it goes on. It has an embedded retaining ring that goes over the socket. I'll talk more about opal glass later in the video, but just wanted to show you exactly the piece that goes on it, which is awesome. Okay, getting back to our gripper story. You're going to see in those install instructions, you're going to see details about the inside of this canopy, and it's a nice way to see those drawings where you're going to be cutting those cables later on and getting everything set to go. This is slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees in one direction, so you're good to go there. We got the canopy out of the way, got the overall height out of the way. Let's zero in and talk about the socket setup. So in each of these you're going to have what's called a G4 socket, and that's a very small socket that takes a very small bulb with little pins in it, and you're going to be using no halogens in this. You're going to be just using LEDs. Easy to get the bulbs. We get them on Amazon. You can go to 1001 bulbs, but what you'd go, if I was going to go on Amazon, you would put into the search G4 LED to begin with, and up it's going to pop a ton of stuff to look at. You're going to be looking for a 4-watt LED, and a 4-watt LED is going to give you the light output equivalent of a 40-watt bulb incandescent we grew up with. So that's quite a bit of light because you've got 5 of these, don't forget. So that's something to think about. The color of the light coming out of the bulb, always important. So 2700 Kelvin, that's that super yellow light we talk about all the time. That's like a setting sun. And then you're going to notice these are going to be offered also in daylight, which is going to be 4000, 5000 Kelvin. Daylight sounds warm. It is not warm. Don't be fooled. That's like a cold hospital waiting room light or an overcast day. So it's something to keep in mind too. What we like to use in our showroom is called warm white, and warm white is going to be 3000 Kelvin. That's that nice warmth coming down on my hands that mimics an incandescent bulb that I grew up with, and that's the color of the light that we generally like here. So it's a dimmable fixture. Make sure you also look for the word dimmable on that. Even if you go out to a store, dimmable is going to be very important for you. Tell your installer you're putting in a dimmable connection of G4 LEDs, 4 watts, and you got 5, don't forget it. And you know that this has to be a dimmable rheostat that's going to go on the wall, because rheostats are different. Those dimmers are different between the older type and the newer type that are used for LEDs. There's not a huge difference in price, but it's just important to get the right one. So I want to touch on Hubbardton Forge's glass for just a second. Hubbardton Forge's opal glass is not just another piece of white glass. This is actually hand-blown glass. All of their glass is hand-blown. And to begin with, it's actually a clear piece of glass to start with. And then they come in, they blow a second layer on the inside of white glass. Then they come back and they do a third step where they sandblast the entire outside. So you'll notice when you get these in your hands, they actually have layers of glass on them on the end. You can see them on these two pieces. And it gives it this really soft, semi-transparent, kind of milky quality. It's a soft glowing piece. Really, really pretty. You know, they're really obsessed about details at Hubbardton Forge, and a lot of people don't. I don't think they appreciate it out in the world, but you appreciate it because that's why you guys are here watching this video. There you go. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, do me a favor, look over on the left-hand side of the screen. You're going to see a lot of red tabs over there. One is going to be the Finishes Help Guide. When you're done with this video, go over there and open that up for me, and you're going to see a video at the top of that page of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a color chart just below the video, so scroll down a little bit, you'll see that chart. You'll notice there are pictures that have the letter A on them, pictures that have the letter B on them, and I'm going to be talking about that range you can see in variance on there in that video. So it's really important to watch the video, use that chart. When you're done with all that, come back down to that chart. You can click on any of those pictures and see a lot more samples of Hubbardton Forge fixtures in that finish. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in dark smoke, click on dark smoke. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in vintage platinum, do the same, and so on and so on and so on. That's a great way for you to see a lot of Hubbardton Forge stuff in different finishes and really take advantage of that, okay? So our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On display page on our website. It's going to be back in the red tabs over there. A lot of good things in that section. Check out. So when you open that up, you'll see it's all divided up into different sections like dining pendants and outdoor lighting. We're always adding to that. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. They don't even have a showroom like this. Nobody does. And they use this as their showroom when you guys come to Vermont to visit us. So lots and lots to see here. You can see all the different glass, all the different finishes, all the different fabrics, all of those things. In addition to that, we have a clearance center. So the clearance center stuff are returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. That's an amazing deal for you. If you guys want to take advantage of that, you have to come here to Vermont to see us. And when you do me a favor, measure all the kind of things about your project and what you guys are doing. So the most important thing is measure your ceiling heights to begin with. Measure distances between junction boxes and like windows and ceilings and those kind of things. So if you're looking at sconces on the wall, you can see if they're going to fit for you. If you're doing pendants over a kitchen island, measure the distances between those junction boxes. Widths of tables, kitchen tables, dining tables, lengths of tables, islands, all that good stuff. And also do a couple more things. If you guys have some tablets or iPads lying around, take pictures of all these things. Take pictures of the kitchen, take pictures of the projects you're doing. Bring that in so we can kind of go through those pictures together and we'll be able to see what you guys are up to, okay? And also the boxes and clearance stuff, for clearance stuff, are basically packed for shipping. Don't forget, these were supposedly shipped out. So the boxes tend to be on the bigger side, so bring a decent size SUV if you want to take stuff home. It's a really good opportunity for you. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer that offers 90-day returns and no restocking fees. That's 3 months after you receive something to send it back, and there's no restocking fee on that. Some larger items and custom things, and it's usually going to be big things on pallets, are going to be non-returnable. It'll always tell you on the page for an item if that is the case, so always keep an eye out for that. And we also offer a rush program. So to get all these different metal finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. They generally take about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it's really, really inexpensive. If you want to know more about that, just drop me a quick email and I can clue you in on details, okay? So our showroom in Vermont is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to drop a quick email, you can do that all the time. And that's going to be at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Or you can call me during business hours, 802-446-2400. So thank you for stopping in today, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.